Welcome to Move, Sweat, Discover. My name is Avi Cortez. Today's episode, we have a special guest, Elin Fu, which we'll introduce later. But first off, we're going to talk a little about the podcast, the concept, a little bit about me. We're joined by Wilson, my producer. Hello, welcome.
Thank you. And I think I remember when I started to look at people potentially who I thought would benefit or would really enjoy having a podcast. And I think I DM'd you on Instagram, just kind of cheekily saying, have you ever thought of starting a podcast?
No, you said, when are we starting your podcast? So, it was very effective.
Yeah, I think, and it kind of did work out, and we've recorded 6 episodes so far. And I think after I sent that message, I just kind of know what inspired you to start this process and create your own podcast.
I've had this idea in my head for years, actually. Absolutely. The longest time. And I've never had the confidence, I guess, to and the know-how to kind of get it started. I think I have Googled once how to start a podcast on your phone. And I think there's like an app or something. But I think it was really good timing. I feel like I'm in a very confident space where I kind of want to share and talk, and I've found a little bit of my voice at the moment. So I guess it was just perfect timing. Yeah,
I think it was, especially for us both coming together to kind of build something from scratch. And I think after our first kind of conversation, you had this unique concept of a podcast where we can kind of try new things, break some rules, but hopefully create something really special. So with your idea, Move, Sweat and Discover, what is kind of the idea and concept behind it?
I've always had this belief that you learn a lot about yourself when you're moving, when you're working out. As a group fitness instructor, I mean, I certainly, been to so many group classes that I'm observing everybody in the room. And just even as a participant, I love to just go to like a group class in my spare time. So I spend a lot of time like looking at people and noticing how they move, and then getting to know people after class. So I just find it fascinating as well, like what you can learn through people's movement, and then just I guess like cracking into it when you kind of get to know them a little bit better. So Move, Sweat, Discover was just born out of that curiosity, really.
I think what attracted me in terms of reaching out to you initially is because I saw you were kind of involved in lots of communities as well. And it's not like a solo fitness kind of entrepreneurish journey. You give back as well. And can you tell us a little bit about the Sweat With Us community that you're involved in?
Community is everything to me. And I think as human beings, we crave connection. And again, Sweat With Us was a thing that, an idea that I had in my head for a little while. I believe that fitness should be accessible to everybody, and a large community in Hong Kong, the domestic helper community, the domestic migrant workers, are very underserved. And so with the kind of like contacts and the experience that I've had over the last few years, I was like, what better way to come back than to offer free fitness classes to this community? We started during the pandemic, like really right slap bang in the middle of it all, where we were wearing masks, working out outdoors, where you couldn't be around more than one person or whatever. So we did it with 10 ladies, started with 10 ladies, and it's grown over the years to now we have about 300 plus members. I used, again, a lot of my connections in the industry, so partnering with different gyms and trainers to kind of offer different classes like boxing, Pilates, spinning, yoga, everything. So it's definitely something that I never imagined would grow into what it's become now, and I want to grow it more. I think that it can be bigger. The community is getting bigger, and they just want to connect and move. So, yeah.
I think what I've taken from that is it's just such a lovely thing to offer that gateway into fitness for people who might not have the access or the kind of be able to facilitate that opportunity. and to offer something like that in the unique landscape of Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And it just seems like such a good vibe, good energy, and everyone's just having this great time and moving.
Yeah.
Which kind of leads us to the podcast in terms of what's your overall idea or what value are you looking to add through your podcast?
I think, again, it links back to connection. I love connecting people. I'm always curious about where people have come from, what they've done, and how they've gotten there. And I want to share that with people through, the ideology of movement. I think movement is such a powerful thing. And yeah, I just want to share and connect. Yeah. And also, obviously, sweat, because I'm at my happiest when I'm moving. Yeah.
Exactly. I think that's what make this podcast unique is the combination of the sweat and the bond or the experience guests have before they come on the podcast.
Yeah.
And you create this common ground with guests.
Yeah.
And you can kind of find out about each other before. And that really comes across in the episodes because it kind of lights up this conversation.
Yeah.
And it lights up a really nice relationship between you and the guest.
Yeah.
So you both feel very comfortable. And it's kind of just this free-flowing conversation after that as well. In terms of, we've recorded 6 episodes. How have you grown from perhaps the first episode to now in terms of as a podcaster?
That's a good question. I've definitely become a lot more confident, and this is something that I've learned through therapy, is like active listening, really kind of taking the time to kind of give people the space to kind of be open and talk about what they need to talk about, and also provide a safe space. I know that people can be a little bit intimidated by the class that I throw them into at the first stage of this podcast, and I don't often talk about what we're going to talk about in the studio. So again, providing that safe space for them and then like connecting with them there. Yeah.
I think it's just a really good idea, especially the workout before, because they come in and they've kind of got the hardest part out the way.
Sure.
Because they've already achieved something pretty challenging, especially with the family form, the heated room, and the kind of the movement that you do in that class, that they come in with a sense of achievement, or the endorphins are high because they've had a workout.
Yeah.
And that turns into really great conversations.
Yeah.
And it's been great to see you grow after each conversation in terms of you listening, you presenting. It's just, I think you started to feel kind of at home in this space.
Yeah, for sure.
And it just, it's been really nice to watch, and it's been great for me to produce as well.
Yeah.
So I think our first episode, or your first episode, is about to premiere after this.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about the guest coming up?
So we chat with Elin Fu. She is the founder of Hjem, I think I pronounced that right, a little cafe in Hong Kong, and also Club Rangoon, which she just launched in Singapore. I met her on a brand trip in Singapore, actually, through a yoga brand. And we just connected, and that was the first time we met each other, sweating in a hot yoga studio next to each other. And I was like, what better first guest to have than this person that I've just met? When we learn about her like kind of relationship with social media, her like entrepreneurship with opening these new restaurants. It's a good first chat. Welcome to Move, Sweat, Discover. Today we are talking to Elin, the co-founder of Hjem and Club Rangoon, which was in Hong Kong, but now just opened in Singapore.
That's
Welcome
right.
to the pod.
Thank you. I'm so excited.
So we know each other through going to a brand trip for yoga movement in Singapore. When was that? Last month or so?
Yeah, last month.
Yeah, last month. So we were invited as influencers. We had 48 hours to do yoga, eat good food, get to know each other.
True.
And so naturally, you're going to be my first guest for Move, Sweat, Discover.
I feel so honored.
So actually, a lot of the things that we did on that trip was based around promoting the yoga brand, yoga movement. And one of the first few things we did was a hot, slow flow class. So it's my belief that, working out and movement, you can learn a lot about someone or yourself, obviously. What was your biggest takeaway from that class?
From the
About yourself.
About myself.
Yeah. That was a hot, slow flow class. So all the elements were there.
Yes.
There was a hot room.
Oh my gosh.
Filled with people, actually. It was full, right?
Yes,
yeah.
It was a full class. It was actually my first time doing hot, slow flow. And just the second time doing yoga. So I was like, oh, and I'm also on like this brand trip representing like yoga and the lifestyle and stuff. So I was like a bit nervous. But it was good. I think it helped that you guys were there. I was definitely pushing myself quite a lot because it was super hot. Something that like we usually like work on in like air conditioned room, or me at least. So just really pushing myself and stretching my body in ways that I didn't know I could, to be honest.
Yeah.
And when you're in a room with people, like it kind of pushes you to just like keep going. You know what I mean? Rather than working out by myself and just. Because I usually then get lazy and stuff. So when I'm in a room with other people, I just like kind of just follow along and just keep doing it.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really good trait when you go to class.
That was your first hot class?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So I was like, this is not normal. I was like, why do people do that? But after, it felt so good because like sweating it all out and stuff, when you like shower and get out, you're like a new person.
Did you learn anything new about yourself in your second time in a yoga class and your first hot experience?
In learning about myself in terms of my body or my mind?
Both.
Okay, so mind-wise, in yoga, I definitely felt like, when the teacher says like, okay, calm your mind, like get rid of all the stress and tension. I can't get rid of the stress and tension. Like, I find it hard for myself to like fully like relax and just like shut out like the real world, I guess, and like have an hour for myself. I find it really difficult. And like even now when I still go, I still find it pretty hard. So I think that's like one of my biggest struggles. I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm relaxing, but I'm really not. I still have things going on in my head. And I guess that's something I realized.
They say in yoga that showing up is half the battle. So you can pat yourself on the back for that one.
That's true.
Yeah.
I did make the class. So,
yeah. Did you find anything challenging in the class?
I think just body, like physically, like just my flexibility, and kind of like, because everyone is quite flexible in the class, so I just find that quite I mean, like looking at you, I'm like, damn, how do I get there? So I definitely think like just my flexibility and just kind of, getting down there, touching my feet and my balance as well.
So in a broader term, what have you found in your own kind of life and your own kind of career that's been challenging?
Just in general, or I think probably, can I say like people management? Just because I run my own business. Is that something I can say? Okay. Yeah, probably people management, and just kind of when I run my business and stuff, just managing the people that I hire, because obviously I'm quite young and I don't have as much experience as maybe some of my staff members. So just kind of managing that role, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the start.
Okay.
I want to hear about your journey.
Okay.
Like when did you first come to Hong Kong? How did you create your brands? How did you get the name of your restaurant? All of that, just
right like from the whole thing?
Talk to
me, the whole thing. Okay. So I was born and raised in Norway. My parents moved there from Shanghai because of work. So I grew up there, had a really nice childhood, but I always wanted to go kind of like back to my roots in Asia. And with my grandparents still being in Shanghai, I wanted to stay close to them. So I decided to like go to university in Hong Kong. So I went to UST, which was a great experience. A lot of sleeping in the library to just adapt to the culture here. And then once I graduated, I kind of felt like I wanted to do something on my own. Had a few internships like in marketing and finance, but it wasn't really for me. And one of the things I really enjoyed when I came to Hong Kong was like eating out and just trying different foods. Like there's not much in Norway, so it was like my first time having like green curry and like pad thai and just like a bunch of Japanese food. When I was doing that, I couldn't really find like authentic Nordic food. Like when I was missing home, I didn't really know where to go. So that's why the idea of Hjem came up. And that is our Nordic cafe in Shangwan.
What does Hjem mean?
So it means home.
Okay.
Yes. So I just wanted to like bring a piece of home and like create a space where like people could come to and feel like home, especially in like a busy city like Hong Kong. And I'm still working with my partner, and he's from Myanmar. So he wanted to kind of have his Burmese restaurant as well, because you can't really find Burmese food here.
Nice.
And that's called Club Rangoon. And we started in Hong Kong and now have moved to Singapore. And the name Club Rangoon is basically, Rangoon was the old name of the capital, Yangon. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So why the move to Singapore?
So Hong Kong, we opened during the protests, which was quite difficult, and then COVID came. So it was quite a few tough years, and then our lease was coming to an end. So we were like, okay, let's try something new, just because the F&B scene in Hong Kong has kind of changed over the last few years. And with Southeast Asian food, it's just a little bit more familiar to people there. So it just made sense that way. Yeah.
You're in a high-pressured work environment, I guess, because I've been in actually hospitality before.
Oh,
and my life was work, but also entertaining. That was part of it.
Yeah.
And then media connections and events. How do you find balance? Because I found it very difficult to kind of separate my social life with my work life. They always kind of melded together somehow.
Yeah. Well, first, where did you work? Because I want to know.
I did events and marketing for Maximal Concepts.
Oh, so, okay. Yeah, okay. So you were in the in the whole thing.
I was in the machine. I was in the scene.
Gosh. Oh, okay.
Long hours. And
yes.
I'm also one person that is an early bird, but yet a night owl. So I have those two conflicting personalities. So for me, it's particularly difficult, but yeah. Yeah,
it's tough because I think it's kind of like almost 24 hours, just because you have to wake up, you have to do the admin stuff, but at the same time, you have to be at the restaurants, you have to entertain people, you have to talk to them, and then it's like the after hours, hanging out with people, like your team and things like that. So it's kind of like a whole thing.
Yeah.
But I try to have at least a few breaks during the day, especially during lunchtime. That's when I like to go to the gym and
4:30 p.m. yoga.
Yeah, 4:30 p.m. yoga. Have a bit of relaxed time, I guess, and just put my mind to something else. Even though I said it's really difficult to just shut it out.
Yeah.
And then I like my mornings as well. Just do a bit of me, make food, cook. I love to cook, so that kind of brings me peace. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I found one of the things that's been pretty helpful for me was kind of scheduling happy things that made me smile.
Yeah.
So I still do. I will schedule maybe 5 minutes, and it's in my calendar. I can show you.
Really?
It will be eat an ice cream or something like that.
Is that what we had ice cream the other day?
Just little things that if I know I'm going to have a busy day, those things will kind of break it up for me, and I will literally smile. So I do try and implement at least maybe 2 or 3 in a super busy day. If it's Thursdays are usually my off day, so I don't do anything. I don't schedule them, but then I try and it's a little
I think
life hack.
I think that's a nice thing to do.
Yeah,
I'm gonna try that out next week.
Well, so give me 3 things that you'll put into your schedule that make you smile.
Well,
pressure.
Yeah, I know. Well, one of them would be like an hour of just watching my favorite trashy TV show.
Okay.
I love everything Housewives, Love Island, all those things. Just 1 hour, just watching other people's.
Okay, you're my spirit animal.
Yeah, I love that. And Maybe go like, I was gonna say a hike, but that sounds so like, that's like an exercise.
That's good.
But I do like to go on a hike. And the third thing definitely have to be something related to food. Yeah, probably get like my favorite bubble tea or something.
Oh,
yeah, I love bubble tea.
What is your favorite bubble tea?
I love mother pearl.
Okay.
Yeah, I love mother
I've
pearl.
never tried it.
Really?
I've never tried
really?
it. Yeah.
I think you'll like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Gotta
the
give it a
least
go.
Asian person. I think.
Yeah, and also they do like healthier bubble tea, so
Okay.
I feel like that would, yeah.
Do you have a go-to kind of meal that you cook or type of cuisine that you cook? You said you like to cook.
Yes, I love to cook. I always make like spaghetti bolognese.
Okay.
It's like very random, but I found this recipe once and I just make it like every week and I make a bunch and I just put it in the fridge. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's like my go-to. Do you cook?
I meal prep.
Okay.
Yes. So it's just about like, I like to make stews.
Oh, okay.
Or like kind of one pot thing so that I can just like batch and then just shove them in the freezer and then it's for the week I can just kind of take them out. Yeah.
That's the secret.
Yeah. Do you have a morning routine?
Yes.
You seem like someone that does.
Well, I will say I do, but lately it hasn't really been working for me just because of a lot of traveling and things like that and my schedule being like a bit upside down. But I like to just, wake up. I'm not like super early morning person, not like you. I'm not like a 5 a.m. But I wake up around 7:30, get up, do my little thing. And really just cook breakfast and do my face. Yeah.
That's your non-negotiable breakfast.
Yes, non-negotiable breakfast. Always avocado toast.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Love it. Keeps me full for the rest of the day.
Where's the best avocado toast?
At home. Yes, I make my own.
Do you guys serve it at the cafe?
No, we don't serve avocado toast, but we serve like avocado with crab. Right. So like a fancy version.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then do you have a night routine?
I actually don't really have a night routine, to be honest, because my evenings are just like all over the place. Yeah. But I like to just put on my favorite podcast, like this one, of course, and just like walk around, clean up a bit, like brush my teeth, get into bed early, and watch TV shows.
So then, when you're traveling and you've broken out of this routine, how do you deal with that? How do you kind of find that like balance, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit tough just because when I go to Singapore for work, my schedule is different. Like I will work in the restaurant and I'll come home at like 11 or 12. So then it's just like straight to bed, So it's only mostly the weekends where I have more time to like sleep in and just take my time to like make food and do something for myself.
And what are the things that you do for yourself?
Go for a walk with my dog.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd love to just like walk along the river with my dog.
Is the dog in Hong Kong or Singapore?
My dog is currently in Singapore. Yeah,
Okay.
So I guess that helps a bit. Yeah, so it just keeps me active and like take my dog out and just chill with her. Yeah.
And how important is your morning routine to you? Because if you're not sticking to it,
yeah, it's so important because like whenever I have my time in the morning, I feel like ready for the day, like I have like my to-do list ready, like I'm good to go. But then if I don't have my morning routine and I'm like a bit all over the place and the whole day becomes kind of like whack, So gotta wake up early even though I don't want to.
How early is early?
Like 7:30.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. So we met each other through the yoga,
yes.
I guess. What other kind of forms of exercise do you do?
So I like to do like strength training, like a bit of weightlifting here and there.
Yeah.
And then like HIIT classes, like high intensity workouts. I also started doing some Pilates here and there, but I'm still getting into it.
And are you a twice a week kind of gal, every day kind of gal? What is your movement?
I'm probably more like 3-4 times a week. Yeah.
Okay.
And weekends usually like my day off where I'm just chilling.
And you mix it up?
Yeah, I mix it up.
So we did slow flow yesterday. Compared to the first time that we moved together, what did you observe?
About myself or others?
About yourself first.
About myself. Okay, well, I observed that I'm definitely becoming a little bit more flexible. A little bit. And I am more comfortable like going to the class because I think first time like, you know, I don't really know what to expect.
Yeah.
So after going once, you obviously feel a bit more comfortable. So just more settled, I guess, more settled into the class and the movements.
Yeah. One thing I noticed about you yesterday during class
Okay.
was that with every option that the instructor gave, you went for the furthest one.
Really?
Yeah, it was not
Okay.
like, you know, there was the basic option, like if you just feel comfortable staying here, then stay there. If you want to reach and do the bind, and you do
Okay.
that. And then if you want to lift your leg whilst in the bind, do that. You were
Okay.
always the last option.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so I could see that you're someone that kind of like definitely pushes yourself,
Yes.
strives for the best.
Try. Thank you.
Yeah. So, what do you feel like that's an accurate kind of?
Yeah, I guess so. Like I want to be like, I guess, good at whatever I do.
Yeah.
So like I always try. But some things I just know I'm not gonna get there. But if I gotta at least give it a go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even if I like fall or like stumble or anything like that, I
Yeah.
still gave it a go. So I feel like that's kind of how I am when I work out. Like I just try my best, and I always want to feel a little bit better,
Yeah.
you know, or more comfortable with the movement, and then till next time, you know. So yeah.
What were some of the things that you noticed about or learned about me during maybe in the first time that we sweat in the hot class, and then yesterday?
You like to push yourself as well. Like I feel like you're always very good at what you do. I feel like you always push yourself as well, and always go for the hardest one too, which kind of inspires me, because that's the thing with group classes. Like when I go with someone, or I'm in a room with other people, like, and see other people trying, then
Yeah.
I want to do it as well. So I feel like you kind of inspire me when I'm in class. What else did I observe about you?
Yesterday I was a little bit lazy, to be honest with
Yeah,
you.
actually, I did notice that as well. Compared to our first like hot slow flow together and yesterday, I think you were a bit tired. But you did
Yes.
say you went to like a class in the morning, right? So
that was not the first time
yeah.
I worked out.
And actually, when we were like laying down for the last minute, I did feel like you fell asleep. Like I feel like I knew that you fell asleep
I
as
fell
well.
asleep.
Yeah, something about your breathing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've actually just started, speaking of breathing, I've actually just started to track my sleep using a sleep app. And it's only been 4 days. The first day, 0 minutes of snoring.
Okay.
The second day, 8 minutes of snoring. The third day, 32 minutes of snoring.
Oh my god.
Last night, 48
Oh my
minutes
gosh.
of snoring.
At least you live alone now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So this was a little segue, but do you use any kind of like health apps to kind of track your progression in your fitness journey?
No, but I used to do it. Like I used to track with my like Apple Watch and making sure like I got my steps in and checking my heart rate and stuff. But I've been a bit lazy, I would say. Used to use Strava as well sometimes when I ran and stuff, but definitely becoming a bit more lazy, to be honest.
Okay.
Yes, because I feel like when I did use those apps, like I did get more motivated. So I think maybe I need to get back into it.
Maybe.
Yeah. But how does the app track your snoring? That's what I want to know. Like it listens to you?
Listens to you.
Your phone listens to you. I don't know if
listening to you now.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I've since been advised to tape my mouth up.
Yes, that is a thing. That is a trend
It's a
now.
thing, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it's more for like not getting a double chin.
Oh,
No, I'm serious.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, you learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Okay, let me look into it. I'll let you know.
Okay.
What would you say to someone, or maybe to your younger self, or someone starting their fitness journey? What kind of advice would you give them, knowing what you know now about like your own kind of experiences with kind of striving for, you know?
I feel like I would say like don't put too much pressure on yourself. I feel like that's such a thing. Like people have like a mindset where they need to do it, you know what I mean? Like regardless of how their body is feeling. Like I used to be like that as well. Like even if I was super tired or like my body was just not feeling good, I would just still go. Like even if I had a stomach ache, I would still go. Like those kind of things.
Yeah, really pushing.
Yeah, like just because to have like that 4 days of workout or 5 days, and in the end I wasn't really feeling too good about myself as well. Like obviously when you're in pain and things like that. So I would say just not put too much pressure on yourself. Like listen to your body. Like do whatever makes you feel good. Yeah.
And as well, I think within our social media age as well, like not you, but like we kind of compare ourselves a lot to what's on our screens, and it's that added pressure of like, oh, I need to look like this, or the mouth tape also.
Yeah, like I need to start taping my mouth every night. Yeah, that's true. I feel like it's become a little bit better where people are in some ways becoming a bit more realistic on social media, but still there's
more aware,
but still there is this like, people still want to have that ideal body and things like that. So
how do you stop yourself from comparing yourself to others, or because you're pretty big on social media?
Thank you. Not that big, but we're going for it. It's tough for sure. But I probably like spend less time scrolling. That's what I do. I don't spend as much time scrolling as I used to, because when I used to scroll and scroll and scroll, it's just like you see so many people, you're like, oh, they're doing so great, like she looks so good and things like that. So I try to spend less time scrolling and just focusing on me and my own content. Yeah. So that has really helped. Don't scroll that much.
Do you set the timer, or there's a function, isn't there?
Yeah, to like set a limit.
Yeah.
I'm not there yet, but just mentally and just within myself, I'm like, okay, no more scrolling. Like after like 30 minutes or so. Yeah.
And with social media, like what's your relationship with social media in terms of, you post a lot of content, you share a lot about kind of like travel and
my life, like everything. I'm just like an open book on Instagram, honestly. Like it's I have a good relationship, but obviously like it can consume so much of your life just because like I do everything. Like I'm lifestyle, so it means like every aspect of my life. And sometimes it's just everything needs to be recorded.
Yeah.
Even if I go on a trip, like it's like, oh, what content can I make from this trip rather than it being a holiday?
Yeah.
So I think that's just my major struggle. And
where do you draw the line?
I haven't really found a line yet, honestly. But sometimes, like before a day starts, I'm like, this is a day that I'm not going to film content, and it makes me feel more at peace.
Okay.
And then I have set days where I'm like, this is going to be a content day.
Okay.
So I think I'm just like separating the days.
Yeah. So you can just bank it up, and then what you were doing on Friday was actually what you were doing on Monday.
Yes. Sometimes, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, would you do reality television? Because
just because I love reality TV.
Exactly.
No, I don't know. I don't think so.
No.
I just love watching. Like, it gives me like that. Like, I don't have to think about my own life for a second. I can focus on like the drama of someone else. I just love that. Yeah. Would you? Should we start? Like, should we?
Yes, I would.
The life of
Yes, I would. Yeah. Yes, I would. But only because I think that it's not real. It's not really your real
It's
life.
not real, right? Like everything is always like a bit scripted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I have a whole bunch of lightning round questions. So don't think too much about...
I'm just gonna
just the first thing that kind of comes to you.
Okay.
Go-to sweat. Your go-to workout.
Sorry, a place or just the kind of workout? Just a high intensity like HIIT workout.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is there any?
I go to perform. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Nice. What do you like about that place?
It's an all-female gym, so everyone is super friendly. Like everyone is super welcoming, and there's no pressure on like how heavy you have to lift or things like that. So.
All right. Go to treat meal. I like to say treat meal because I don't like to say cheat because you're not a cheat. You're treating yourself.
Burgers.
Okay.
I love burgers.
Best burger place.
Oh, I love Humble. Yes, I love Humble.
That's a good one. That's good. What's your order?
Always like double cheeseburger.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice. Extra cheese if I can.
Extra cheese. Do you like blue cheeseburgers?
Love blue cheeseburgers.
Okay, go to Polo Club.
Oh,
yeah.
Is it
they
good?
do a blue cheeseburger.
Oh, okay, adding it to my list.
Yeah. Go to stress reliever.
Stress reliever, reality TV. Sorry, I have to say it.
And which show?
Love Island.
Okay.
Real Housewives.
Okay, all of
Love
them.
is Blind.
All
all,
of them.
all the
All of
ones.
them.
Too hot to handle,
Nice.
you know.
Go-to travel destination.
Travel destination, Italy. I love Italy. I would go there any day. The pasta, the food,
Yeah.
the buildings, the April.
Yeah. The vibes.
Campari,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
vibes.
Yeah.
Love it.
I'm with you there.
Mm.
Go-to coffee order.
I don't drink coffee, but I always have matcha. Matcha oat latte, no sugar.
Okay. Go-to outdoor activity.
Hiking, love hiking.
Favorite hike.
Twins.
Oh, me
Twins.
too.
We need to do it together.
Yeah, me too.
The booty will be burning.
Yeah.
So
I love like when you hit the steps.
Mm-hmm.
I am just a mountain goat. I will just go. I do not look at my
Don't look
friends
back.
who are behind me. I don't care where they are. And then
all
so
in
I'm
your
at the
head.
top and I'm like, where are they?
I love that. Just like
Yeah.
all in your head. Just like
Focus.
keep going.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
okay.
that's the way to get through it without with less pain.
Yeah,
you know?
Okay, we'll go
We'll
next
be-
time.
yeah.
Yeah. Go to weekend activity.
Probably like exploring neighborhood, cafe hopping. That's
Okay.
yeah.
Your own cafe.
Yeah. I like to try other cafes as
Which
well.
ones are?
Which ones? I like to just explore like Thai Hang, like so many cafes there. Sometimes I go to Wan Chai as well, like just pop around.
Yeah.
I love like Basao, which is a tea-based cafe,
Oh.
because I drink tea more than
Yeah.
coffee. So
Okay,
I like that
okay.
one.
Go to app.
Go to app Instagram. Is that what?
Sure.
Instagram or CapCut actually. I spend more time on CapCut editing my videos. So CapCut.
Yeah, me too. Me
Yeah.
too. Go to podcast.
Here, of course.
But other ones.
Other ones, I don't really know. I don't really notice. Sometimes I just press some videos, but I actually don't follow a specific podcast.
Okay.
So just random ones online. But watch this space.
Go to snack.
Go to snack. Yogurt. Can that be a snack?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I like
That's
yogurt.
interesting.
Yeah.
Like flavored yogurt or
Just like
Greek
Greek yogurt with like muesli.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a good snack.
Okay. You're very healthy.
Am I? I don't, like the muesli has like chocolate and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Okay.
Chocolate chips.
Yes.
Go to music playlist.
Music playlist. I love everything like R&B and hip hop. I get influenced by my partner. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite, favorite song at the moment?
I love like Georgia Smith.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. What about you? Sorry, can I do the reverse?
Yeah, sure. Mine's like 90s.
Okay.
90s all the way.
I see,
Yeah, 90s
I
R&B, 90s Pop
Okay.
Spice Girls,
Is
Lauryn Hill.
Neo is 90s?
Yes.
'Cause he's coming
no,
to
he's noughties.
2000.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
he's coming to Hong Kong.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
you know,
Last one, go to book.
I don't
Do
read.
you read?
But because of TikTok, I read like It Ends With Us and I love it.
Oh.
Did you see that?
No.
Oh.
I want to watch the movie.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's a really good book, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, any last words? Like, what would you, now that we've done a couple workouts together,
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we're going to do more.
Yes.
What workouts do you want to do? Do you want to try? What do you want to learn in those workouts?
I always want to try something new. Like something I always wanted to do was like boxing.
Oh,
Like, I've never really done boxing. So I feel like that's something that I would want to try. I also want to try family form because that looks really, really good. And it's very like, I love you guys are like, it's so like, not theatrical, but it's very like, the movements are,
dramatic.
yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So I want to try that. Yeah, I just want to like try new things and keep exploring different workouts, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming today and chatting with me. I hope you learned something about yourself and me.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. So much fun chatting, always.
Chat to you soon.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on Move, Sweat, Discover. If you like this episode, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.